So hopefully you've done some of my other workout, the warm-ups and the core for the core and partner assist resist, whatever you ended up just doing, you're ready to cool down, right? So the Army PRT, Physical Readiness Training program, has a cool down drill. It consists of a few exercises. First is going to be, well, I have, what do they call it, an acronym or some sort of a phonetic device to remember, and it's overly ready ETS. So the O is the overhead arm pull. So you've done a bunch of exercises, and the first one to cool down and stretch is the overhead arm pull. It's fine, babe. I can barely hear him. And I see people all the time, and they yank on their elbow. You're just gonna bring it up, and you're actually not even gonna pull. I don't even need that arm there. I could just do this, and I'd feel a stretch down my side and in my arm. But you know, you can put it there to give you a little extra, but it's mostly just a lean. And you're gonna hold that for 15, 20, maybe 30 seconds until it's uncomfortable, and then you come back down to your start position, and you just change over and do the other way. And for expediency on the video, I might not do a full 15 or 20 seconds for each of these, but just to give you an idea. All right? Is there a bird up there or something? Our dog's going nuts over there. Let's all overly, that was it. Ready is the rear lunge. So simple rear lunge, one leg at a time, and you're just holding the stretch. Heel is planted. If you're not feeling a stretch in your calf, you're just going to go back even further. And what's great about the rear lunge is you get a stretch on your calf, and you also should, if you're doing it right, you should feel a stretch on your hip flexor as well. So you're going to get a stretch here and there. And then you just change over. When you're doing these, you also try, I'm not perfect at it either, you're going to try to keep your feet straight forward back. If you're off like this, you know, or especially on your back foot, if you're like this, you're not going to be feeling a stretch in your calf. You might be getting it in the groin though. So keep those straight, and you just feel like this. The old school, I think, was like this, and now I think the Army keeps your hands on your hips. Whichever you do, it doesn't really matter for practical purposes. So you got the overhead arm pull, you got the rear lunge, overly ready, ETS. So the E is the extend and flex. So you get down in push-up position, and the extend is you put your hips down. You got your toes pointed back. You've got, and if you're not that flexible yet, you can be here, right? If this is as far as you can go, as your flexibility increases, then you get up. And I like to even point my chin up.
That's the Little Mermaid pose.
Sure. I like to point my chin up too. I can even get it in my neck that way. And then the flex, you just walk your hands back or your feet up. Again, heels planted. Try to keep your head up, especially if you've been exercising hard. You don't want to pass out. I've seen that happen before. It's not fun. And you just arch your back, and you should be feeling it in your hamstrings, your back. If you really push up, you're going to feel it even in your shoulders, in your sides, maybe. So that's that one. That's the E. And then the T and S. The T is the thigh stretch. So your start position is going to be right here, and you're going to lean over, your elbows down, your elbows straight down below for good support. Now you're not pulling on your toes for sure. You're pulling like right here where your foot hits your ankle, and you're gently pulling back, and then this foot's here to kind of help it, to kind of help push that back until you feel a stretch. And you're just going to hold that stretch again, 15, 20, maybe 30 seconds. And when you're done with that time, you come back to start position, change over. I'm going downhill, so this is kind of awkward, and do the same thing on the other side. And if you're doing it right, not only feeling a stretch here, but you can actually pull your whole body up, and you'll actually feel a stretch here in your oblique too, a little bit. You might not, I don't know, I do. And then when you're done, you come back here. And then the last one is everybody's favorite, is a single leg over. I'm going to turn a little bit here, so I'm not going sideways. Oh, now I got the sun in my eyes. That's why you wear a hat. And it's just leg up and over. And then you take this hand and you're gently, you're not yanking it down, you're just gently holding it in place is really all you're doing, letting gravity do the work. You're going to hold that. Oh, my back just popped. Some people like to do this just to crack their back. I usually don't intentionally crack anything, but sometimes you'll hear a crack or a pop. As long as it isn't accompanied by pain, you're okay. Oh, there it goes. On this one, you should be feeling a stretch, of course, in your lower back and in your butt. Gluteus maximus. And then when you're doing this, you're holding here. Keep your shoulders, both shoulders on the ground, and this kind of helps you with that by leaving this arm out. All right, so there you have it. That's the Overly Ready ETS. It's the Army's PRT, Physical Readiness Training, official cool down drill. Have a good one.